Think about what you would have thought a game with Michigan State would be. Just a maybe not the prettiest game we've played, especially in comparison to our last game here at home against Northwestern. I'm really, really happy and pleased with our guys. We have literally had the bug, whatever it is, go through us. Our bye hit at the right time. Ty was sick at Purdue. Had 103-degree fever the next day, and then it just kind of went through us with Luke, Draven, Nico, or not Nico, Q. I mean, we've had multiple guys with it, so including me. So we didn't do much. We kind of had to get back and compete here for a couple days. We did kind of what we expected them to do, put Manny Sissoko on Ty. I thought Ty was really, really aggressive in the first half and in a really good place. We've seen that so much. Unless I guess you're 7'5" and named Zach Edey, it hasn't worked very well for the most part. Ty was super efficient. Again, it was a choppy half. I thought we got good shots. I thought we missed some clean ones that we've been making. But we found a way to the paint. We found a way to the foul line. I thought Marcus had a quiet night, and it's 15, 6, and 5. And Luke was very good on the offensive glass. I thought Coleman, Coleman just finds his way, lets the game come to him, and when he does that, he's a hell of a player. But I think the other thing is we knew Hogard, we knew Tyson were going to shoot a lot of balls. I think they shot 36 or 37 balls tonight between them. We didn't foul them. That was a big point of emphasis, trying to keep them off the foul line. For the most part, I thought we guarded them pretty well. We did what we had to do late, which was get stops and rebound, and that's how you win kind of a ugly, hard-fought game.
Brad, building off that, you haven't had a lot of close games in these wins so far this season. What did your team show you late in the game? What can you learn from being pushed like that?
Well, other than a couple loose balls that we didn't come up clean with, defensively, I thought we made every shot tough. I thought we gang rebounded. I thought that we got the right guys shooting the basketball. I mean, we wanted to get, Marcus he's a 90% free throw shooter. Put him in a position. We ran a little action to try to get Coleman a pick and pop off a, kind of a step-up ball screen. They actually guarded it, but Marcus did a great job of getting downhill against Malik and getting a foul call. So it's patience. There was no panic, and we just got the ball to the right guys in the right spots.
Brad, you guys have, I think people on the outside would be surprised at how good you've been offensively when you don't have an All-American guard. But what has it been about this team that allows them to be so good offensively even without a Terrence Shannon?
There's a lot of factors in that. And obviously, we were making the push towards booty ball, for lack of a better term, with Ty and Marcus. Early, but I think everybody's finally started to see that Coleman's a really, really good shooter. Luke, we're starting to see the maturity and growth of Justin Harmon playing at this level. I thought defensively tonight, by the way, he was spectacular. But I think it's just the connectivity, playing in space, and we've been able to create a lot of space. So. It's we're maybe not as efficient in transition and effective. It becomes a little more grinded out, but we're kind of built for that as well.
Brad, what do you think's different about Coleman as a shooter? You mentioned he maybe doesn't care as much now about the makes and misses or puts too much of that in his thought process. What have you seen with him?
Is that what he said? He didn't care? God, thank the Lord. You guys have heard me for years comment about his shooting. I think Coleman is one of the best. Coleman might be the best catch and shoot guy on our team, and that's no offense to Luke Goody or anybody else. When he shoots it, I think it goes in, and I don't know what more as a coach that I could do over the years than to keep pleading with him to shoot it. I think it's every player's dream to have a coach that tells you to shoot it, and maybe that was with him. But I think he's the best five-man pick and pop guy in college basketball because of his ability to shoot it, and he does have the ability to make some hard shots. Sometimes I don't like those, but he is a very, very efficient shooter.
Brad, as Ty continues to get guarded this way, is there a big mental hurdle for him in that regard of a player can maybe say, hey, why aren't they guarding me? Like, is this is weird?
Yeah, I mean, I think when you see it the first time, or maybe a second, but after a while, and it's our job as coaches to help eliminate that. By, tonight, I mean, he was a monster. And again, people forget Ty's 6'6", with a 6'11" wingspan, and he's really athletic. And he does a great job instinctively of cutting. But when he's got the ball, other than the first play of the second half, which was a really bad call on my part, but he's efficient in there. He just takes up space, and he's done it against everybody. I mean, when Kansas did it in the exhibition, when it's been done so in the Marquette game, it hasn't bothered us, and so I'm pleased. We'll take on all takers as long as you're not 7'5".
It was a physical game and hotly contested game, and you only played 7 guys. Is this one of the better conditioned teams that you've had, and is that sustainable, you think?
No, we have the absolute best, the best strength and conditioning coach and trainer in the country, and Paul Schmidt is up here all hours of the day. Adam Fletcher, the job he's doing. And then when you put our facility, when I came in this morning and there's 5 hyperbaric oxygen chambers all being used and guys taking naps and sleeping and they've eaten breakfast and their recovery that they're doing is remarkable. And it is helping. It is helping. And, I don't see a drop. And Coleman's unique for a 5-man because Coleman can run all day. He never gets tired. And he's the 6'10", 6'11" version of Trent Frazier in that area. But, Marcus works so hard. I've said it many times already. I think he's the best conditioned athlete I've coached, just in terms of how strong he is, and he doesn't fatigue. But, it's, we'll monitor it in practice. But the job our people do, man, hats off, because they are absolutely phenomenal.
So, Brad, there's obviously been a lot of talk about Quincy and how he's been stepping up and hitting the jump shots. Can you talk about the strides that he's been making defensively and how that's helping out the team?
Yeah, it's funny because when Coach Boeheim was here tonight doing radio, and when I told him that he's becoming an elite defender, he laughed. He is an elite defender. He can guard multiple positions. We thought we had a great matchup tonight with him and Malik. Just in terms of physicality, both of them are older guys. Both of them are physically very strong. He's a 10 rebound a game guy. Every night we expect that. And, the bonus is that he makes shots and can drive it. And so we need him defensively, and we feel extremely comfortable when we 5-way switch or whatever we do. We 4-way as our base, and just feel great with him being able to guard multiple guys.
Brad, Coleman said that guys didn't change their roles. Like, they just said stay the same the last couple of weeks. Was that your message to them? What's been your message to them about their roles?
We're really good. We're really good, and it's just really, it's okay. We found a way to play that's that works for us, and let's just get really good at it. And we got guys that fit those roles in terms of our ability to space and shoot it, and we've shown, I think going into tonight we were 6th in KenPom. We are, and I think we just keep grinding there, and I think Jeff and Tyler have done a great job keeping us creative on that side as well. So, guys just fit in, and Coleman's the big key because Coleman's a pick and pop 5 that everybody has to figure out what to do with.
Is Brad, to build on that, what's that? I know you talked about the connectedness a lot, so maybe beyond that, what does that maturity to not try to go outside of who they are tell you about this team and maybe kind of where they're at right now?
Right now, I think we're a really good basketball team, and I still think we have. I still believe in what those 3 freshmen can bring to us, and I know Nico's been out, but just his addition in practice, seeing him move. Amani was turning the corner. He's another pick and pop guy who can really shoot it, and he gives us tenacity, and he's 250 pounds and can rebound like crazy. And then, Draven is a guy that just keeps getting better and better every day. So I know our ceiling's really high, but I love what we're doing here.
Brad, Coleman had 4 blocks, 2 steals, switched on to a bunch of different people. How dialed in is he at that end right now?
It's pretty special. It's pretty good when you go to your 5-way switching plan and they're running their 5-man up, set a ball screen, and you're switching your 5-man onto the best guard in the league, and he's having success. And very very few teams have that luxury. But what makes Coleman great isn't his foot speed or his vertical jump and any of that. It's his instinct, his ability to anticipate. His IQ is smart. He sees things a second before everybody else does, and that's pretty special.
I think Luke's first 3 rebounds were all offensive rebounds, and he had a couple putbacks there too.
Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys asking him about it yesterday and media. I mean, it's maybe you guys will do that more often, and maybe he'll continue to rebound the basketball and not play 36 minutes and have none like he did at Purdue.
I guess just to him to maybe accept the challenge that you gave him, I think, over the last 6 days, to maybe put it politely. Just what does that may say just about kind of his approach?
He cares. Luke's about winning, and we got a locker room that enjoys winning, and Luke will be the first to tell you that I got to rebound better. I mean, he was mad at himself. He wants to win. That's who Luke Goody is. He is a winner with a capital W, and sure, I'm going to be that guy that's going to edge that along and make that more of a focal point, not just for him but for everybody else. So, but Luke's a stud. He's a winner.
Coach, it seemed like the game was kind of won at the free throw line. To what would you attribute the free throw differential? Is it just an indication of who the aggressor was in the game?
Well, I mean, I think it's what we do every possession. I think we try to drive the ball every trip down the court. I haven't watched the film, but I thought we were doing a pretty good job of initiating contact, getting the ball there, and again, that's to our advantage when you get, especially with Marcus, and Ty's been shooting at a really high clip, and get multiple guys to the foul line who can shoot it. It's a strength of ours.
You mentioned Nico was back at practice and Amani back spasms. Can you give an update on their statuses?
I have not talked to the doctors. Nico was in with them when I came up or earlier tonight, right after the game. I hope we're moving in that direction with him. I think everything's a progress, a step, but his practices have been effective, and obviously with a foot, we don't want to bring him back out of shape, and we don't want to bring him back where he can re-injure it. Amani said today was the best he's felt. He's just had some unfortunate spasms, so he's wearing a brace, and he's been rehabbing, and so I don't know on him. I'll say day to day, but we're optimistic that both get themselves back here sooner than later. Thank you.
Coverage that Purdue did with kind of a big on you. How did you feel with that matchup, and what allowed you to succeed early on against that?
It was good, just being aggressive and just trying to get downhill, get something going.
Coleman, this is a close game for you guys, and you haven't been in a lot of those in some of your wins. What was the key to you guys pulling this out? What'd you learn about getting pushed like that late in the game?
I think it was just having an understanding that they were going to hit tough shots. I feel like they have the best guards in the league, and we knew that they were coming off some losses, and Coach Izzo didn't think they were playing very good basketball lately, so we knew we were going to get their best shot. So just being aware of that, having that understanding was big for us, and we didn't fold. So.
Coleman, the way you're shooting the ball right now from the outside, what's different for you now, maybe in comparison to years past?
Honestly, I think I just stopped caring. I think I just shoot it now. I think I just cared too much in the past, worrying about if it was gonna go in or not. Now I just shoot the ball, So yeah, I think I just stopped caring and just shoot the ball.
I guess, Ty, when you have a matchup like that with the big on you, what's important for you to find the advantage there? Is there anything or two you look for?
Just trying to continue to be myself, When they're sitting back, it creates advantages for our guards, When I'm getting to a step up and allow our guards to get downhill and not play in a roll. There's just so many other things that you can do out of it to create advantages, not just for myself, but for my teammates.
For both of you, it's a good Michigan State team. What's this win mean for you guys to kind of get back on after that loss at Purdue and protect home court like that?
I think it's big because every Big Ten game counts. So it's just a win for us. Goes in the win column. It just puts us one win closer to what we're trying to accomplish. So, whether it's Purdue or Penn State or Maryland, whoever we play that night, whether it's a Big Ten game or not, we're going to go out and compete, and it just means a lot to still win, tonight with a win.
This is for both you guys, I guess. It seems like there's a different guy kind of scoring every night. What's allowed your offense to be so balanced the past couple weeks?
I would just say nobody has an ego on this team, and everybody has one common goal, and that's to win a game. So every night you're going to have somebody else. It might be Quincy tonight, it might be Coleman, might be Marcus, might be Justin. And we're all happy for each other, and I think that's the biggest thing with this team, and that goes into why we're so connected.
Ty, Coach Izzo kind of said that, what he liked about your game was that you know what you can do and you know what you can't, and you play to your strengths. When did that kind of happen for you as a second-year player, trying to find your way?
I think just figuring out what the team needs of me, and just doing that, just being confident in myself and being aggressive. Yeah.
Coleman, obviously everybody has had to take different roles, maybe bigger roles the last couple of weeks. How has this team evolved over the last couple of weeks, do you think?
I think we kind of just remain the same. I think we still kind of all play the same, and we just play to whatever the team is giving us. We just try to exploit a matchup or anything that's working. We go to it. So I think we all kind of just stayed the same. I think people are just playing a little bit more minutes. I think we kind of just stayed the same.
Ty, Coleman had 4 blocks, 2 steals, switched on to a lot of guys defensively. What did you see from him at that end to impact the game?
He's just so active. I said it in the interview earlier this week. I think he's one of the best bigs in the country because he can defend 1 through 5. He can pick and pop and hit that 3. He's just everywhere. And to have a big like that, he can run the team. He's so vocal, and he's just a tremendous, huge part of our team. So,
Coleman, just to follow up on that question a minute, you said you stayed the same. Is there something to be said about that for you guys as a team to have such a shift in everything over the last couple of weeks, or at least a big player missing, and still be able to keep going? Why do you feel like you're able to do that?
I think it just shows maturity. Like no one went out and took it like, oh, I got to be the guy, or no one took it that way. We all just remained the same. We still have the same routine. We still go. You know, like I saw people saying that our season was cooked on Twitter, and I'm just like, you know, it's just like a slap in the face because, you know, we still go out, we still practice the same way, we still practice hard. Like everyone still does the same thing. We got the same routine, so it just shows maturity from us, you know, not listening to people and just going out and doing what we do well. So.
Coleman, when you say maybe you just stopped caring, you know, maybe if shots went in or out, just how do you go about that? Maybe not putting the weight of the world on every shot you take. What was that process like?
I think just understanding, you know, what's going on. I think, you know, having that spacing for our team. I know I can be a spacer guy, you know, not have a you know, 5-man just sitting in the paint. Putting stress on defenses. So when I'm hitting those shots, you know, I know that, you know, our team is rolling. It's tough for other teams to guard our guards. And then, yeah, just simply like, you know, it's like my senior year. Like it's not like I have anything to lose. Like just go out and play and just shoot the ball. Like when I was younger, I just thought about it so much. Like, oh, I'm gonna get subbed out if I'm not making my shots. Like stupid stuff like that. But now I just go out and play. So.
Coleman, how are you guys handling all this stuff with Terrence? A lot of outside noise and speculation about what could happen, and he obviously has a hearing tomorrow. How are you guys handling that?
Yeah, like I said, I mean, we just remain the same. You know, we just go about our days exactly the same. You know, everybody has the same routine. Go to breakfast, go get work, go get your treatment. So we just all stay the same. We do the same routine. We surround ourselves with the same people, so it's just the same, you know. It's just go out and do what we got to do for practice or the game, do whatever we got to do and get it done. So, yeah.
Tom Izzo talked about Justin Harmon, especially over the last 5 games, really kind of stepping up into it. Like, what have you seen from him in this stretch here to give you what he's given you off the bench?
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody on our team knows what Justin can do. He does it every day in practice, and we knew his time was coming. And like you said, this last stretch, he's been coming up big for us, whether it's hitting shots, locking up on defense. He had a huge last possession against Walker, and I think that was big time. And that just shows who he is. He's a dog, and, you know, Chicago kid, and he's just great.
Coleman, for the rest of the team, when you see Ty get 10 points in the first 10 minutes, is there an emotional lift there of, you know, knew you could do it, kind of a feeling there?
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, I think like it's kind of disrespectful in a way to do that. Put a 5-man on Ty, like, like it's funny because like dude was just sitting in the paint and they're expecting Ty to just like not do anything, and he went out there and started serving them. So, yeah, it was really good to see that. Like it made me laugh because I'm like, you guys are like those big men. They're stiff. Can't really guard, so I mean, I hope other teams continue to do that because I mean he'll do the same thing tonight.
This will be our last one.
Todd, Michigan State seemed like a school that recruited you pretty hard. Is this a team that you get excited to square up against? Just the familiarity and maybe relationship you have with those guys?
Yeah, I mean, it's another Big Ten game, but obviously it's some excitement for me. Michigan being my hometown and them recruiting me pretty hard. I mean, it's always good to go out and beat them, so